I'm Nicia. I'd like to welcome you to the show called Nicia. It's our new show here in the San Francisco Bay Area that goes all over the world. Now, today we have some interesting guests on this show. I have Mr. Cassetti and his beautiful wife, Akbar. And they're the owners of Asmara restaurant here on Telegraph in Oakland. And this is a hidden secret. They have the best food in the world. So I'd like to introduce you to them. This is Mr. Cassetti. How are you, sir?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Just wonderful. And this is his beautiful wife, and her name is Akbar. And I just found out from him before we went on camera that she's the secret behind all this great food here. She's a chef. Wow. And she's beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful chef.
Thank you.
Now, I'd like you to tell us a little history on the restaurant, how long you've been in the Bay Area, and a little history on why you came to this particular spot, and tell us about yourself, your family. Let's just do a historical thing right quick on you.
My name is Cassetti Johannes. I'm from Eritrea, and I came here to this country a little bit over 30 years ago. Actually, when I came to Boston to go to school. But in the 1980s, around 83, I moved to Oakland, California, which is my home right now. And I met my wife in 83. Then we opened a restaurant. And my background is in finance and banking. But my wife's background is in business. The family used to own business in Eritrea and Ethiopia. They have a restaurant, a bar, and a hotel. So she grew up in a business atmosphere. Then when we met, we decided to open a restaurant. And this area, we thought this might be a good area in Oakland.
Right.
And in 1985, October 15, we opened Asmara restaurant.
Well, I see why you've been in business so long. She has the business background, and you have knowledge of
banking
and all that, so you guys couldn't lose. You picked the right wife.
That's right, that's right.
Behind every great business, there's a great woman. Okay.
True.
So finish telling us the story.
In 1985, we opened, and we were the only one on Telegraph area, only Eritrean and Ethiopian restaurant, except there's one in Berkeley at that time. So once we opened the restaurant, we have very good food, consistently good food, good service, clean house. Then we became very successful. And
that's the key, don't you think?
Exactly.
Being clean and just really having good recipes and being consistent. That's the key, right?
That's the key for success. And my wife is a well-known chef among all her peers. She knows what food is, and the restaurant have a very, very good reputation for the last 25 years.
25 years? Well, I've eaten here dozens of times, and I've never gotten a bad meal.
Thank you.
I can tell you that. I mean, it's very consistent. It's always delicious.
Thank you.
And I love it.
Thank you. Thank you.
So what made you decide to open up, did you open a restaurant across the street, also a seafood restaurant?
Well, you know, that restaurant, S&S Seafood, has been opened 25 years ago by two friends, African-American friends. They have soul food. It's fish and chips. When they decided to sell it, they came to me, said, Cassetti and Akbar, would you be interested to buy this? And I said, yes. And we bought that, and we have the fish place for the last 11 years.
Oh, wow, that's wonderful.
Excellent fish, snapper, catfish fillet, cat bone, calamari, prawn, chicken wings, all those things.
Well, what has been your downsides for being here at the location all these years?
Actually, the only downside that I can see was in the 1985, around that time, the area was very scary. A lot of people, they're not willing to come here and patronize. But, and I don't know if you remember, across the street where there is a Walgreens right now, there was Vern's Market.
Oh yes, Vern's Market. Okay.
Vern's Market. So the area at that time, because of the crime and all the things, we had a little bit problem. But luckily, this restaurant, we never had any problem. But after 1990s, area changed. The demographic on this area completely changed. And there are some nice and good restaurants that came in the area. So when they came in, they changed the whole area. So for us, Israel is doing great.
So you haven't had any challenges since that time?
Not really.
Things have been improving. I know they have cleaned this area up tremendously. It's a very beautiful, clean area here on Telegraph. And you're located on Telegraph in what?
51st.
51st and Telegraph. So this is a very nice area. Now let's talk a little about your wife being the chef. What made you decide to have her as a chef here? Because of her experience, or you want to keep her close by? Tell us
No,
that.
actually, because of her experience, like I told you, she grew up in a
In
food
business.
business. And it's not only that, she is really gifted for food and customer service. Then when we get married, we decided to open a restaurant. And, I said, sure, go ahead because I'm sure I can depend on her because she's good.
And she's your wife.
She's my wife. And that's what we did. And we
That's
became-
wonderful.
yeah.
That's a beautiful combination, especially when the two of you work so good together. And I can see why you have the success of the restaurant here. Tell me a little about your home country and what caused you to come here.
Well, when I came to go to school.
Okay.
And at that time, Eritrea and Ethiopia were together. But in 1970s, late 70s, when Haile Selassie deposed, all the Eritreans and the Ethiopians didn't go back. So I decided to stay.
Now, I've heard a lot about the history of that. Could you kind of give me a little understanding of the Ethiopians and the Eritreans? I mean, how did that division come after his death, and why, and what caused so many of the Eritreans to come over here to America?
Well, because of the war, a lot of
Okay.
Eritreans, they came to America. Not only Eritreans, a lot of Ethiopians, they came to America too.
What's the difference in the two? I thought they were all the same. But I hear people say, oh, no, I'm Ethiopian, but I'm this and I'm that. It's different. So what's the difference?
Well, actually, the difference is like a matter of nationality.
Oh, I see.
Eritrea as an Eritrea, Ethiopia as an Ethiopia. But
So it depends on the area that you were born in?
yeah, exactly. But when you look at it, we're all Africans.
Right,
One
right.
people, we're all Africans.
Right. And we're African too, so we're all one big happy family.
Exactly.
So what are some of your main dishes, Akbar, that you developed here in America for this restaurant that's most popular?
Most popular is Zigni, Dorowat, Gorot.
Oh, my favorite. She named all my favorites. Okay.
Yes.
Now, what's the secret behind your dishes? I mean, because it's vegetarian. Give me the spices. What is the secret behind? Don't give me all your secrets. But what is the secret behind
The
it?
spices.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we don't know those secrets, so that's why the food is so good.
Thank you.
So, as a woman, have you had challenges in the kitchen, trying to get people to do it the way you want it done? Give me a little knowledge of that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what.
That's why you have to be there all the time?
Yeah, every time. And I'm the one I prepare all the spices and everything.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Oh, that's great. Wow, you're blessed.
I'm very blessed, yeah.
So, and then she cooked for you sometimes private dishes, I'm
Well,
sure.
of course.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
wonderful. That's so beautiful. Now, your clientele here. What does your clientele mostly consist of? I mean, what type of people? Vegetarians? Are people that just like gourmet food? Give me a little understanding of that.
Well, our clientele is mixed. I can't say this, but we have, we don't have strictly vegetarian people, but we have beef, four or five kind of beef. We have 4 kind of lamb.
Oh, wow.
5 kind of vegetarian dish, and we don't have pork.
Chicken.
We have chicken. So a lot of people, they come here and they try different kinds.
Because they're conscious of their eating properly and eating the right foods.
Exactly.
So that means you're very choosy about where you get your meats from and things of that nature.
Yeah.
Is it all kosher and halal?
Right.
Wow, that's why I like eating here. Because the food is clean, it doesn't have all that stuff in it, and it keeps you very healthy. So many people now are very health conscious. So do you find that people, after they've been ill and gotten over different illnesses, they start becoming vegetarians and start coming?
Well, things are changing. A lot of people that are now into health food, and we sell a lot of vegetarian dish.
But your lamb is delicious too. You
Lamb
have
is
good
good,
meats
yeah.
in the beef.
Yeah.
So you have something
It's
very
all
wonderful.
fresh meats.
And all fresh meats. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. I notice you have a lot of beautiful people working for you. Is that challenging, getting the right people to do? Do you have family members here?
Right now, we don't have family members, but at the beginning we had family members. But we always, when we interview, we choose people that will be good for us and good for customers. So we make sure that we take care of them and we train them to be good in customer service, handling the people.
Beautiful. Well, we're going to take a little break here from our interview on the show Nisia, and we'll be right back in a few moments.